Bobby Finke responds to criticism of US swimming at World Championships. Imagine pouring your heart and soul into something, only to be met with harsh criticism. That's exactly what Olympic champion Bobby Finke and other members of Team USA experienced after the World Championships. But Finke isn't taking it lying down. He's fiercely defending his team against what he calls stupid and weak criticism. The core issue? Some observers felt the US team underperformed at the 2025 World Aquatics Championships in Singapore. This criticism came from various corners, including swimming legends like Ryan Lochte and Michael Phelps, who even shared a meme suggesting the death of USA swimming's dominance. Ouch! And NBC commentator Rowdy Gaines called USA swimming rudderless, a jab at the organization's ongoing search for a CEO. But here's where it gets controversial. Was the criticism fair? Finke and others argue a resounding no. Team USA faced a significant challenge. A team-wide outbreak of acute gastroenteritis. Imagine trying to compete at the highest level while battling a stomach bug. Finke himself managed to snag a bronze medal in the men's 1500 freestyle, echoing his performance at the Paris Olympics, where his gold medal and world record was the only individual gold for the American men. Finke passionately stated, "There's a lot of people who want to comment on what they think is going on behind the scenes, and some of what they said is true. We should probably have a USA swimming CEO by now, but it's not going to change how we're going to compete here. And personally, I have to disagree with what some say, that our swimmers are entitled. I think that's a weak statement." He's clearly frustrated with the narrative that the team's struggles are due to a lack of effort or entitlement. And this is the part most people miss. While the US team might not have dominated as expected, they still topped the medal table with 9 gold, 11 silver and 9 bronze medals, a total of 29. The women's team in particular shone brightly, securing 18 of those medals. Jack Alexey, who won bronze in the 50 free and silver in the 100, added that the criticism, while disappointing, will serve as motivation for the future. Lily King also jumped to the team's defense, calling out Phelps and Lochte on social media after a successful night of competition. Regan Smith, after being part of a world record-setting 400 medley relay, declared that USA swimming is alive and well. She emphasized that the team finished strong and secured more gold medals than they did at the previous championships in Fukuoka, despite facing incredibly difficult circumstances. Finke also addressed the team's decision to train in Thailand before the competition, defending the resort they chose, and pointing out that unforeseen circumstances can happen to anyone. He concluded by saying, "You're never going to win with those people, so I have a lot of thoughts. My brain has just been spiraling. I'm just disappointed, but I'm going to back these boys no matter what they say." So what do you think? Was the criticism of Team USA justified, considering the challenges they faced? Or were the swimming legends and commentators out of line? Is it fair to expect consistent dominance? Or should we celebrate the athlete's resilience in the face of adversity? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Rowdy Gaines calls for change in US swimming amid World Championship struggles. In the world of competitive swimming, Rowdy Gaines, a celebrated 3-time Olympic gold medalist, is not one to shy away from expressing his thoughts, especially when it comes to the current challenges facing American swimming. In a candid conversation with the Associated Press, he voiced his concerns about the troubling state of the US swimming team, particularly as they struggle at the World Championships taking place in Singapore. Gaines is calling for significant changes, emphasizing that the American swimmers are not only failing to meet expectations, but are also grappling with a bout of acute gastroenteritis that they contracted during a training camp in Thailand prior to their arrival in Singapore. To add to the turmoil, USA Swimming has been without a CEO for an entire year, which Gaines describes as a critical issue. Despite a slight recovery on the penultimate day of the championships, where the American team secured 3 gold medals, bringing their total to 8 and placing them ahead of Australia, which has 7, the overall situation remains concerning. Gaines did not hesitate to label the governing body as rudderless, questioning how any organisation could function effectively without a leader for such an extended period. Can you imagine any corporation going for a year without a CEO? He asked, highlighting the absurdity of the situation. Reflecting on the previous year's performance at the Paris Olympics, where the US team led the medal count but only managed to win 8 golds, their lowest tally since the 1988 Seoul Olympics, Gaines remarked, "We're far from killing it. It's a major struggle, and we can't hide our heads in the sand and say this is just a blip." In his ongoing communication with Greg Meehan, the newly appointed national team director and head coach in Singapore, Gaines expressed optimism about Meehan's potential to steer the team in the right direction, despite the limited time he has had to implement changes. With the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles on the horizon, Gaines believes that the focus should be on long-term goals rather than solely on the current World Championships. "I think he's going to be great," Gaines said of Meehan, praising his calm demeanour and impressive track record at Stanford, where he coached some of the best swimmers in history. However, Gaines also pointed out the challenges Meehan faces, likening the situation to walking into a minefield. Gaines raised eyebrows regarding the choice of Thailand as a training camp location, noting that the landscape of global swimming has evolved, with numerous countries now capable of competing with the US. Many elite swimmers, including standout athletes like Frenchman Leon Marchand and Canadian Summer McIntosh, have chosen to train in the United States, further complicating the competitive environment. You can blame it on the illness. You can blame it on the inexperience. Most of these kids have never been in this situation. And you can blame it on logistics, Gaines explained. He expressed confusion over the decision to train in Thailand, suggesting that it was not the most strategic choice. Moreover, Gaines pointed to a perceived sense of entitlement among some young athletes who may feel they deserve to reach the finals without fully committing to the rigorous demands of training and competition. "I think there needs to be a more focused attitude on the task at hand," he added, emphasizing the importance of dedication. He also acknowledged the common struggle athletes face in the year following the Olympics, where the motivation to restart after a grueling 4-year cycle can be challenging. It just beats you up because mentally and physically you are focused on 4 straight years, and the post-Olympic year can beat some people up, he noted, recognizing that this phenomenon affects athletes worldwide, regardless of their nationality. On a brighter note, Gaines highlighted the promising future of several young American male swimmers, including Luca Orlando, who won the 200 butterfly and is the only American man to secure gold in the first 5 days of the championships. "The women are already very good," he added, indicating a positive outlook for the future of US swimming. Ultimately, Gaines reiterated the pressing need for USA swimming to find a strong leader, especially after a year without a CEO. Following the resignation of Tim Hinchy, who was briefly succeeded by Chrissy Rowak, Gaines believes that a complete reset is necessary. "I do think changes need to be made. There needs to be a complete reset," he stated. "But I don't think the sky is falling. There needs to be some great leadership. Whoever they hire as CEO needs to be the leader that is sorely needed." As the swimming community reflects on these challenges, one must ask, what do you think is the most critical change needed in American swimming? Is it leadership, training strategies, or perhaps something else entirely? Share your thoughts in the comments. USA Swimming, overcoming criticism and dominating at World Championships. In the heart of the night, as Friday faded into Saturday in Singapore, a biting Instagram post began circulating among the US swimming community. The majority of Team USA's representatives of the World Championships would awaken to a chilling sight on their screens on the eve of the competition's final day. An epitaph read, "In loving memory of United States Swimming, 1980 to 2025, aged 45. They set the bar high until they stopped striving for it." The original poster, Ryan Lochte, and the reposter, Michael Phelps, both legends in American swimming, with a collective tally of 40 Olympic medals, added their thoughts. Lochte's caption read, "Call it a funeral or call it a new beginning. We've got 3 years." Phelps echoed the sentiment, adding, "Could this be the wake-up call USA Swimming required?" Time will tell. The current Team USA members found themselves in the challenging position of addressing this critique, with both their words and actions, for the remainder of the Singapore meet. Consequently, Sunday's concluding race of the World Championships carried significant weight. An impressive quartet of American women, Regan Smith, backstroke, Kate Douglas, breaststroke, Gretchen Walsh, butterfly, and Tori Husky, freestyle, dominated the women's 4x100 meter medley relay, setting a world record of 3 minutes 49.34 seconds to secure the gold. This was the Americans' 9th gold and 29th medal overall, cementing their lead over Australia, 8 golds, 20 medals. I believe this not only sends a message to the global community, but also reinforces unity within our team, Husky shared with reporters in Singapore, reflecting on a meet where she won 2 golds, a silver and a bronze, boosting her career total to 14 World Championship medals. Only we truly understand the hardships we faced and the extent of our struggles. Our ability to overcome such adversity is, I think, inspiring. Jack Alexey, the American sprint sensation, concurred shortly after powering Team USA to a bronze in the men's 4x100 medley relay with a scorching anchor leg. We certainly heard about the Instagram meme, and it was disheartening. Excellence is the benchmark for this team, and falling short invites criticism, which fuels our motivation for the future. I think it ignited a fire in us, and it will propel us forward. As Team USA and its leadership embark on a well-earned summer hiatus, the stinging critique from Phelps and Lochte, seemingly aimed more at USA Swimming's leadership than the athletes, will be hard to dismiss, having overshadowed the narrative leading up to the 2028 Summer Olympics in Los Angeles. The next 3 years are the most crucial in the history of our sport, declared Rowdy Gaines, NBC's lead swimming announcer and a 3-time Olympic gold medalist during Sunday's Peacock broadcast. There's no time to waste. Earlier, Gaines had noted that USA Swimming had been without a permanent CEO for nearly a year and characterized the organization as adrift and in dire need of a total overhaul. This World Championship meet will be etched in memory for the gastrointestinal bug that swept through most of the team, prompting last-minute withdrawals, relay substitutions, and subpar performances, all of which inevitably impacted the team's final medal tally. "We've endured a great deal," Greg Meehan, USA Swimming's recently appointed national team director, confided to Peacock, his remarks seemingly aimed at Phelps and Lochte. "No one truly comprehends what this group has experienced unless they were on this journey. The obstacles were immense." When individuals lose 15 to 20 pounds, that's substantial. And they've persevered. They're a remarkably resilient bunch. They didn't allow the viral Instagram post to dictate the internal narrative as a team. The meet will also be remembered for several exceptional performances, notably freestyle icon Katie Ledecky's golds in the 1500 and 800, along with 2 other medals, bringing her total to 23 golds and 30 medals at World Championships, second only to Phelps. However, the meet served as a stark reminder of the narrowing gap between once unassailable Team USA and the international competition. The best all-around female and male swimmers globally, Summer McIntosh, Canada, and Léon Marchand, France, represent other nations, although they will train at the University of Texas under Bob Bowman, Phelps's longtime coach, for the next 3 years before the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics. McIntosh, who announced her intention to join Bowman's UT Austin professional group this fall, claimed 4 individual golds in Singapore, with only a fiercely contested loss to Ledecky in the 800 free, preventing her from joining Phelps as the sole swimmers in history with 5 individual golds at a world championship. Marchand easily triumphed in the 200 and 400 individual medleys, races he also won at the 2024 Paris Olympics. Meanwhile, for the first time at this meet, Team USA failed to advance a swimmer to the finals of an event. Only one American male swimmer, Luca Orlando in the 200 fly, captured an individual gold, matching the total from Paris 2024. When asked where improvements would be sought between now and Los Angeles 2028, Meehan informed Peacock, "Across the board, even in events where we excel, we cannot become complacent. The global competition is intensifying. We will conduct a comprehensive review of all our events. This is our starting point, and I'm genuinely excited about our performance here, considering all we've been through.